If you are working in automotive right now, especially in validation or testing role, and you feel stuck, no real growth, no serious coding exposure, but you dream of switching to semiconductor companies like Qualcomm, NVIDIA, AMD, Broadcom, and more, then this video is exactly for you. Please watch till the end because this roadmap is practical, realistic, and already working. So let me tell you why I am making this video. In the last few months, a lot of people from automotive background reached out to us. In fact, 50 plus engineers from automotive domain have already joined our bootcamp 2.0, and almost everyone had the same confusion. They told us things like, I am stuck in automotive, I don't see much growth going forward, I am mostly into validation, I don't do day to day C programming, how will I switch now? And honestly, this concern is completely valid. So in this video, I will share the exact roadmap you can follow to prepare yourself for embedded semiconductor roles in premium product-based companies. This roadmap is only for interview preparation, not theory, not just random learning, right? So let's start with the roadmap. So very first thing which we need to work as a automotive engineer to prepare ourselves for semiconductor role, which is C programming. So when I say C programming, you should first start with the basic fundamentals of C programming. You should focus upon understanding the fundamentals in deep, not just surface level knowledge. It will not help because you are an experienced engineer and you are targeting premium product based companies, so definitely they want depth of the topics, right? So you should focus understanding the basic fundamental of C. You should focus understanding volatile, constant, memory layout, stack versus heap, pointers arithmetic, and much more with respect to the C fundamentals. And in parallel, you should also basically brush up your programming skills. So you don't need to basically have lead code level competencies, or you don't need to basically spend a lot of time or maybe months practicing uh, deep DSA level problem. You don't need that actually. So what you really need is you need to practice programming with respect to the variables, pointers, array, structure, functions, and then from the DSA you should practice only linked list, stack, queue. That is basically enough for an embedded system engineer to crack premium product based companies, right? So this was with respect to C. So start today practicing a few small programs and then increase the complexity of those programs so that you will have good comfort as well as good confidence to write the C program if somebody will ask you to write programs in your interview, right? So once your C is a bit confident, once you are confident with the C programming, then what you need to do is you need to practice the interview oriented C problems. Basically you need to debug uh, a few C code. Basically you need to find the bugs in the given code. Then you need to work on basically few problems in which you need to predict the output of the given program, right? And then definitely a lot of question related to memory related questions, mostly the pointers trap and all, memory leaks and all, you should practice to practice yourself for interview with respect to the C programming, right? So this was about C programming for preparing yourself for the interview. Now the second part, which is the most important part to basically focus upon. So these companies basically going to ask you a lot of questions from OS perspective. So they are going to ask a lot of questions from OS and RTOS. Now you being automotive engineer, and I feel somewhere in your experience so far you must have worked a bit with RTOS, at least a bit with the RTOS. So you need to basically brush up your fundamentals of RTOS. You need to understand task scheduling, how task scheduling basically works in RTOS, how RTOS give the predictable behavior of everything which you are going to schedule in the RTOS, right? Context switching also play an important role. So you should focus on understanding how the context switching happens, how home process 1 to process 2 basically start executing and get the control of the execution. Then you also need to focus upon and or the understanding the memory management part of RTOS and interrupt handling, of course, synchronizations, different types of synchronization mechanism possible, and which synchronization mechanism you should use at which scenario. Then of course timers, so you need the periodic timers and single shot timers. All those things you need to focus upon. And because you are targeting these premium product based companies, and these companies is also going to ask you a lot of questions from the hardware software interactions. You are going to also ask you how level of understanding you have with respect to understanding the hardware. Definitely they can ask you questions from DMAs, and then cache coherency, then memory barriers, memory management, how virtual memory is basically managed, what is the need of virtual memory, how actually virtual to physical address translations works in operating systems basically, right? So these are the fundamentals which you need to focus upon. And once you are done with practicing the fundamentals, then you should practice mock interviews, you should practice giving answers clearly. Also you should focus upon preparing your resume in such a way it will be increase your chance of basically getting calls from these companies, right? And then you can also practice the company specific questions. Let's say you are planning to basically going for an interview in Qualcomm, so get list of Qualcomm questions basically and go through it, so that you can judge yourself like how much preparations you have with respect to the Qualcomm, right? And let me be honest with you, this roadmap will definitely work, but only if you are consistent. Not 10 hours one day, zero next week. Even one to focus hours daily is enough. Now if you want a structure interview preparation, so and guidance from us, so we do run our embedded system into prep bootcamp, and we are going to start bootcamp 3.0 from 16th of February. So in this bootcamp we are going to cover C from very basic, DSA interview oriented, and then RTOS, Linux kernel and drivers, mock interview, resume preparations, and company wise interview questions. Everything will be part of this boot camp. So this boot camp is basically going to give you the clarity as well as structure into preparations to follow for the next 2 months. So if you are interested to join this boot camp, I will I will suggest you to go through the link which is given in the description. Just go through that and enroll it today, because we are going to start this bootcamp from 16th of February, and already we have got a lot of enrollment, so enrollment will be closing soon. So I suggest you to go for it, right? Now if you are from automotive and you feel left behind, you are not behind, you are just misaligned. With the right roadmap and consistency, switching to semiconductor roles is 100% possible. So if this video gave you the clarity, please comment clear below, and also like and subscribe to our channel Embedded Shiksha. Thank you so much.